Silhouette Rhapsody into the Prisoner. So there's the hook hero.
Already, I would like to see Zinc sort of switch up their strategy, try and run some kind of solo mid, because you saw in the last game, sorry, no, the game before the previous one, that where they shut down Mike, obviously on the pebbles, and that's when we had the Prisoner 945, and Prisoner, he is so strong in a dual mid matchup. Pair that with like a Parasite rotation as well. I mean, that dual mid matchup for Zinc is going to be doomed from the start. So it just sort of scrap that internally. Just put some kind of solo mid hero, preferably even the bubbles, actually, because also you can dodge the hooks and just get that lane completely out of the way. Because I mean, that's the only really lane that BMG, also that Prisoner, can work. He doesn't really work too well in a solo lane. He needs to get those early kills to really be an impactful sort of hero in the game. But we'll have to sort of see how Zinc are going to roll here. But I just think they should really run like a solo hero in the middle lane.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Bubbles on the board now, but if they don't pick it up here, it very likely could, well, either be picked up by BMG or eventually banned, of course, on the next year bans. Would not be surprised. So, definitely a hero like that comes to mind. So we'll see if that perhaps is thought about here. There's the Tempest pickup coming out from Sync. They're obviously going up against the Parasite here, but they want that Tempest presence. The AoE synergy definitely coming to fruition here with that on top of the Magnuson Rhapsody thrown in there. So BMG now their final pick. We'll see what they look to value here. Again, they already got the Parasite in terms of kind of a Tempest counter, so they don't necessarily need anything like a Vindicator or a Pharaoh by any means, but hey, at the same time, they still possibly could. I wonder again if they're eyeing that Silhouette, or if this time, hasn't worked out today. They're 0-2 with it, so maybe a case of not so much here. And I guess somebody else brought up that, again, I don't know if this was the case, but again, why Haxman may have been playing it, but maybe it was ultimately because too, if Zibbe just is uncomfortable on Kraken. So thinking of even from that perspective, so that the Haxman just happened to play Kraken because Zibbe was uncomfortable with it. So, anyways, that's here or there. So, neither here or there.
I mean, for BMG's draft here, it's going to depend whether they want to sort of show their hand and pick up a core hero here, or pick up support. But they're going to pick up Bubbles here instead. I like it because I think Zinc most likely might have picked up Bubbles, obviously, to maybe use it in the dual mid setting. And obviously it saves them a ban being picked up, and it's still quite good. Obviously, whenever you're going against a Rhapsody, I think Bubbles is a great hero because obviously he's going to be able to easily sort of cancel it with Song of the Sea and Keltfield. So I do like that pickup here, actually. So
yeah, media ban the Dark Lady.
Zibbe chat.
Zibbe always here to bring a laugh to the chat. Yeah.
Oh man, it's so true.
Dark Lady coming out. There's the Vindicator. We kind of mentioned that a little bit, but. Vindicator coming out as far as band 2. So, following things along here. 4 more bands in total, of course, before the next tier picks. And, hey, again, Sync was not afraid. They're down 2-1 and busting out the different kind of strats with that Berserker and the Electrician as well, and made it work plentiful. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they have the eye on the Berserker once again here, as far as that's concerned. So, but probably not. Mage Bane ban. Hell, we're getting pretty carry-heavy bans here. Doctor Pulsar, jeez, at both teams.
I mean, I'm wondering if Zinc are going to ban out Silhouette here, because I think they, even themselves, could even decide to pick it up. I mean, they've got actually heroes that will deal with the Silhouette. They've obviously got the Great Lockdown, obviously, with the Tempest, because obviously there's no way Silhouette can obviously swap out of that. They've got the Lion Stamp from Magnus as well, so there's no need to sort of deal with like a Nullstone Silhouette. So they've got ways to sort of deal it, but at the same time, they could pick up themselves, obviously, the Legion, so they've got the first pick potential. And I'm pretty sure if they don't ban Silhouette here, I'm pretty sure they're going to pick it up themselves. That does obviously mean it's going to maybe be a Magnus Rhapsody mid, which is a little bit scary because obviously it's going to be Prisoner plus a support in the middle lane. They've got Tempest sort of back them up, which isn't really the greatest aggressive sort of jungler compared to, say, Parasite and BMG. So if they do decide to go with a short lane carry, 1v1, they might be in a little bit of trouble, honestly, from the middle lane.
Huh. Soul Stealer ban, jeez. I've run out of carry options here at this point. There's obviously been a lot of carries played. Again, I think as far as like all the roles go, carry's probably been the most diverse as far as options that we've seen. But still, locking down a lot of the routine ones. Mage Bane maybe not as routine, but Haxman definitely known to play it. So taking away that option, that and Dark Lady for that matter, and then even the Soul Stealer. So, and actually with that Soul Stealer final ban, I almost gotta wonder is the Revenant final ban going to be coming out there? So, hell, Flensmeister does usually play that, so make sure to not.
Silhouette's on the board though.
Silhouette does remain on the board, exactly, and Again, that's where the mind games might
Yep,
kick in.
told you.
Yep,
I
Sink
knew
does
it.
pick it.
I said if they weren't going to ban it, they was going to pick it. And there's actually a follow-up pick on Puppet
Jeez,
Master.
snap pick.
And I don't think Puppet Master is too strong against Silhouette, because obviously Silhouette's going to pick up the Nullstone anyway. And obviously Puppet Master can really take effects of obviously the Puppet Show and Puppeteer's hold. But if one of those spells is going to get blocked out by Nullstone, it's going to give Silhouette enough time to either swap out or Portal Key out. And I just really dislike the Puppet Master. Obviously, it's a good solo hero, and it can have an impact outside of just locking down the Silhouette. But I mean, you want to pick up a carry here that can really have an impact against the enemy's carry, and in this case, they're not. And a Pestilence, man, we haven't seen this hero in ages. But
Huh. Oh, I mean, we saw him quite a bit in Season 2, that's for sure, especially at the beginning of the season. I mean, he had those big changes going into it, and for good reason we saw him.
Though.
But, yeah? Well, why is that?
Because it's got a very, very poor laning presence. It's obviously going to be a suicide Magmus. I said even if Magmus was going to be dual laning mid, then they're going to have an issue against the Prisoner. But with Pestilence, even less laning presence than Magmus, I mean, this could go either very, very well or very, very bad. Obviously, if it goes well, then obviously the Swarm for Pestilence, Silhouette's going to be doing incredible amounts of damage. But if it fails in the landing phase, then it's not going to be able to pick up his Portal Key, and then obviously BMG can start snowballing them from there. Assassin's Shroud and Puppet Master, get a few kills here and there. But, I mean, again, as it always is breaky, it's going to depend on the middle lane.
That seems like that's a big factor in most competitive Heroes and Earth matches. But yeah, that Pestilence, I've definitely been a huge fan of Pestilence for the longest time, and it was good that we saw him again with the changes that he had going into the last season. I was like, really, they're doing that to that hero, and for good reason we saw him plentiful. But he has had a couple of hits here and there, but overall, I mean. Overall, his skill set is actually still very powerful. He talked about especially with the ultimate, obviously, in the Swarm, applying what will be at level 3 minus 18 armor. Hell, even at level 1 minus 6 armor. That in itself can be pretty powerful. So, and yeah, the Swarm being able to give vision against a hero like a Puppet Master who may have that Assassin Shroud pickup eventually could be beneficial as well. So, Mickey on the Pestilence. We'll see how that works out here for Sync Esports. Again, this is it. This is the final game, ladies and gentlemen. Keep getting hyped about this. We're going to find out which team is going to win cycle number 4 here in Haunter Season 3. Again, this is the halfway point, 8 cycles in total that we're going to be going through for Season 3. So, the biggest thing on the line in the sense that Sync Esports could become the first team to win 4 cycles in a row. Like we're stressing, I mean, no team has actually won more than 3 in a row. Stay Green. BMG beforehand, XTDM,
Lexi,
all those teams,
TDM.
Complexity, yeah. None of them have not won more than 3, so trying to claim that. As far as lanes go, I mean, it's pretty much looking like it's as you would expect it here. Going across. The Empath final pick, of course, coming out for BMG, by the way, because support gets on his usual Empath hero, and I'm sure we'll see an Ion Stone. Matchup, top lane, Magbus going to be going against the Puppet Master. We'll see how KZU fares. He's been playing that a lot here today. We've mentioned that.
Yeah, I mean, in top lane, Puppet Master should absolutely dominate this matchup. I mean, seeing as Magbus actually picked up boots as well, he's going to maybe try and pull the lane, actually, I think, because normally he picks up boots when he tries to do this. He hasn't picked up a shield buff cluster. He's going to have not the greatest lane presence, but maybe even rotates some early ganks as well. He's going to just try and leech XP because he has no way of really winning this matchup. And actually, middle matchup, we're going to see a solo Pestilence mid. I mean, this is even worse than running edge or mid because Pestilence has no way of really getting farm. Like, if it was like a Kraken, I mean, normally we sometimes see like a 1v2 Kraken from Mickey.
At least,
yeah, and he does get a lot of farm, but outside of this, as long as BMG play it correctly, keep lane control. I know it's very, very hard to keep lane control in the middle lane, but if they can keep lane control, land a few hooks, I mean, there's no way that Pestilence is really going to get out of it outside of the maxing the flight perhaps, which isn't a bad strategy if he wants to go for that. But even then, he's not going to get a lot of farm. So
that, and you got to keep in mind too, Shackle will prevent the flight from happening if he uses it in time. So yeah, even if that is a possible option, I mean, apply the Shackle, and all of a sudden the Q becomes useless. Right there. Now, I will say this. I mean, as far as the lane partner, Empath not necessarily your ideal lane partner with a Prisoner, so it's not like an Engineer, Torture or follow-up stun. So that may be kind of the saving grace for him. But, yeah, you know that we're going to see a hook eventually here. And we'll see if Pestilence is going to be able to make the escape. But.
I mean, even if we don't, though, it's still kind of bad because, like, I mean, obviously you want to have your excuse me, you want to have your obviously your portal key on your initiator, like your Pebbles, like your Magnus, but even more so on Pestilence, because without the portal key, like Pestilence does absolutely nothing. He doesn't have like a dual combo like a Pebbles. He doesn't have an eruption from Magnus. So even if he goes badly, there's kind of so little that he can really do to get back into this game. So unless Singer got to have some kind of sort of backup plan to somehow get farm onto onto Pestilence, then it's going to be hard. But he's not doing too badly, honestly. Actually going toe-to-toe with Pestilence, with Prisoner. Oh no, there's the hook actually, but good sidestep. Like if he gets hooked there, that's practically a death actually. But here comes the roam from Magnus, so maybe they're going to try and boost up his farm, and so Rhapsody's here as well. So this could be a big deal for Zink actually.
Yeah, Magnus with that invis, he's just waiting for the right time, but. Something clearly threw them off. I mean, they know Magnus is missing. They know he probably got the top rune, so I'm sure that information's coming across right here. They don't necessarily have the vision to spot that, but it's a good teamwork in that sense. Great communication coming out, and I don't think Magnus is going to be able to get anything out of this in the end, unless they maybe push up a little bit here. It doesn't look like it. So, yeah, I mean, it is giving Pestilence maybe a little bit more free farm, and obviously Rhapsody being here, too, is a big deal of that, but good job by BMG not being patient.
Yeah, there's nothing that Magnus else could be really doing. He was going to get absolutely stomped from Thing anyway, and the hook's actually missed. But yeah, I mean, there was nothing that Magnus can do, so him just sitting in his mid is honestly fine. Gives him some, actually, mid lane though.
Yeah, there we go, and the patience, will it pay off? In comes the Pilsen to follow things up. Rhapsody staccatos as well. Prisoner 945, big wall up from Empath though. Are we going to see a turn hook? No, he doesn't have the mana for it. He does shackle, actually, but of course at that time doesn't really matter. You see Parasite running with the Vulture Lord, but he's going to come out and go back to the jungle, so yeah.
Getting 3 mana though.
No.
Does have fun, yeah.
Not going to go for it there. So, yeah, very, very close, but no Bloodlust just yet. As we're now coming to the 4-minute mark. So, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, KC really might not be doing a whole lot at the top lane, so trying to be of use, as you like to see. But
and, I mean, I do like the rotation as well, because they are going to try and prioritize the farm on Pestilence. And, I mean, all of sort of Zink's strategy sort of almost revolve around Mickey in a sense of give him support, okay, give him the tools that are available to make plays happen. And obviously, I do like the rotation from Magnus, so, and obviously the rotation from Rhapsody as well. And obviously, Flens can handle himself 1v1 against the Bubbles. Rhapsody was sort of sitting down there at the start to give him like a nice early time, and now he can sort of focus his attention on mid to try and give farm on to Mickey, and he is slowly recovering as well, which is a little bit scary, honestly, coming from BMG.
Yeah. That's you got the middle in again, Magnus trying to barely be that presence here. Yeah, you talk about Mickey, 245 gold for into the hook. It's almost like Super KG wants to try to maybe make a hook happen, but again, that'd be pretty risky, especially since that Magnus is here. Could definitely go for the dive. Maybe that's the opportunity. No, they see him, and all of a sudden they're okay. Yeah, that's that's a pretty bad time, unfortunately, to have that happen, because that's of course a. They were trying to set it up, but then all of a sudden he DCs and walks back to base. And all of a sudden they know he's there. You see Super KG making a point that you probably wouldn't have actually gone for the creep kill.
It's about damn time.
All right, well, that's done is done. And here we go. So yeah, Magnus going to be exposed, and not much more of a sneak factor going to be able to do there.
I mean, even though Zink are sort of rotating this sort of tri-lane mid, as long as Mickey's getting farm, it doesn't even matter, because Magnus, like I said before, can't get anything top. He's actually going to maybe rotate. No, he's still going to focus on mid, and I do like this decision, actually, because they're just going to try and steam a sort of steroid Mickey as much as possible, and they're going to try for a dive, actually, perhaps.
Pestilence the fly. There we go. Magnus coming in. They really want Prisoner, but they'll just settle for some Empath there. Another boss coming out. Very awkward time. Oh, jeez. You do see the hook, actually, from Prisoner happening. So this is going to be an interesting situation right here. I'm pretty sure the hook's going to hit both even. At least Pestilence it should hit. I mean...
he goes pretty quick,
see,
man.
This is a really awkward time, because he has time to react now, like, right away. That's just really kind of unfortunate in that sense. But actually, the Puppet Show comes out. Puppet Master comes in. In comes a Voodoo Puppet, and they will get the Bloodlust kill. Nonetheless, yeah, exactly. It seems like would have had one by now, but finally we get one. A little bit of a sloppy start here because of the pauses, but
yeah, and great kill though, particularly onto the Pestilence. I mean, Zink have been sort of putting so much effort in trying to get the farm on Mickey, and for him to die there, an immense kill, honestly, because now they're slowly getting the farm on Super KG. Obviously, you know, Haxrin did get the kill, so he's sort of steamrolling as well. 424 GPM. He's had no one in the top lane for the last couple of minutes, and all that kind of early work that Zinc have been doing to try and get farm onto Mickey, completely worthless and completely nullified after that one kill. So great pickup coming from BMG.
Bottom lane, Bubbles in a lot of trouble right here. Magnus and Tempest both coming in. There's a shell, so can he point in time? Yes, he can, and the distance should be enough. Yeah, the chase will not be able to go any further. So good job by Zibby right there, reacting, feeling the pressure. I know you could also look at Silhouette right there. Maybe he went in a little too early, and that gave Zibby the information, realizing that they were possibly going to be jumping him as they were. So well played, though, by Zibby. Again, reacting to it. Again, Puppet Master literally free farm up here, and that's showing 428 gold per minute and counting, of course, plus less kill. Even on top of that he went to the middle lane to get definitely helping there. So Haxrin doing his part here. Yep, he's going to be pushing the tower, it looks like.
It's the right play to make because Magnus hasn't been top for the last couple of minutes. Unless you bottom lane, though.
They're going to get Bubbles this time. Yep. This time it works out. As Magnus comes in. So, yeah, again, KZ, he's not doing anything at the top lane, but, hey, he's being involved elsewhere and finally sets up a kill at the bottom side in favor of Flensmeister. Actually, he got credit, so Flensmeister with the assist, but Silhouette, though, 350 gold per minute. As you pointed out, you know, Nullstone, nothing crazy here, I'm sure. It's going to be the routine pickup, and even more so this game, especially going up against that Puppet Master. Nullstone, a very good item to have. Portal key situation. Prisoner is definitely doing much better than the, not much better, but definitely doing better than the Pestilence. So, yeah, Mickey, ever since that death, he, again, kind of slowing him down a bit after what was actually being a pretty decent start for the circumstances here. He actually is not putting any points in his gore earlier on. I know that's, we haven't seen Pestilence in forever. I'm not saying that he should, or I would have expected that, but I know that's kind of been on and off thing as far as, like, do you go for the 1-point wonder there now that it's just a straight 25% or chance?
When Swindlemillers was on the scene, you'd go gore if you're dual lane mid, but if you're sort of solo or if you're in the short lane trying to focus that early portal key, then having the flight is good, particularly in sort of the short lane because you can actually chase up to the suicide if you kept lane control, because obviously you can gain a lot of that ground in the bottom lane compared to sort of the mid lane, which is quite short compared to the the range between the towers. So and obviously he was kind of 1v2, so I think that made sense in terms of his skill build in this case. So.
Bottom lane Bubbles, yeah, he's just protecting the tower here. You got Magnus is here nearby, but as long as Bubbles stays out of position, he should be fine. I mean, he's pretty much hugging the tower unless he pushes out right here. Which doesn't look like, at least, again, he kind of know he's kind of tiptoeing out. There we go. The Magnus actually gets spotted by the Hell Cannon. And the jig is up there, and he'll have to fall back. So here comes a 3-man push, though, instead, coming out from Sync Esports at the top lane. Again, Puppet Master already doing his work up there, getting that tower destroyed. So Sync going to try to return the favor here.
I think they're going to try to defend bottom lane, or mid lane, though.
What is that? Oh, yeah, I was like, where's that coming from? Like, that is middle lane. Rhapsody gets killed. I love how that sound actually works no matter where you are on the map because of how loud he is. So there's a bottom tower kill, though, but yeah, Prisoner doing work on a Rhapsody in the middle lane. Take care of the Parasite there as well. And they're going to push middle now, too, so a lot of kind of split pushing coming out here. The teams.
And yeah, this Pestilence just really hasn't had the opportunity to really sort of snowball out of control, honestly, because the support from Insania has been a little bit off and on in terms of sort of him laning in the middle lane and then him laning bottom. And at the same time, it's hard. If Rhapsody was in the middle lane, which he was just a second ago, he's just going to get hooked as well. It's just another target for Super KG to try and land the hook. And if it lands, then it's going to instant death. So it's going to be feeding kills to him. And he can't really jungle because he doesn't have really any kind of farming mechanisms. I mean, 250 GPM isn't bad, but he only has his steam boots at 10 minutes, and you really want to get that portal key around like 13 minutes, and he's nowhere really near that kind of mark. Hook again, actually. It's going to hit.
This one does hit Pestilence. Now out comes the, oh, wow, the E right there, and there will actually be a kill on the Pestilence in the end, so that's what I was, or the W, the Shackle. I couldn't think about that. Anyways, they do kill Pestilence. Here comes a cup to follow up on the Silhouette. She should be able to grapple away, even though she takes a stun, but worth it right there. And should be fine now. I mean, the chase is going to continue, though. Empath wall up in 2 seconds. No, they can't chase far enough. Puppet Master even coming in for the assistance.
Again, though, picking off Mickey.
Yep, that's his 2nd death, right? Yep, and his GPM will remain not the greatest right now. And On the other hand, again, Haxtron. Now, Haxtron chose to go the Whispering Helm first. You know, we've actually seen a lot of Puppet Masters going the Assassin Shroud first. But, you know, Haxtron more of the old school kind of player. I kind of wonder if he's just thinking back to that.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why, because obviously all the new style carries have been using the Assassin Shroud. But, I mean, at the same time, he's getting a lot of use out of it, though. He's obviously triple stacking Ancients, and so as long as he's farming, then I think that's fine. It does free up, actually, a top lane, which I'd like to see actually Bubbles rotate over there. I mean, he's getting farm bottom, but bottom's a little bit of risky play, and while Puppet Master's sort of farming the Ancients, he could easily get some free farm top, but decides against it.
That he does, and Prisoner on the other hand is, 1,400 gold saved up, so speaking of the Portal Key situation, he's much better off for the time being as Super KGE, so again, good news for BMG right there. It just seems like their situation, the carry is definitely doing slightly better, a lot better in this case than the other carry. Their Portal Key Initiator is doing much better than the other ones as well. Now, when it comes to the jungle factor, you got slapped here on Tempest. He hasn't been of much presence yet, but, I mean, he is level 9. He's got the Astrolabe. He would dig with the Blood Chalice, by the way, and, yeah, he went that Meteor, which actually is currently level 2. So, again, haven't been keeping an eye on that necessarily, but we've talked about this, how apparently this is kind of his new strat that he has in his arsenal, kind of help with his farming here. So, looks like he's been working with that.
Because on Radiant, he can use, obviously, the triple sort of trinity of... Oh, it's bottom lane. Just Silhouette, man.
Did you just say what I think you said? You mean Legion?
Yeah, sorry, Legion. Yeah. So obviously on Hellborn you've got the hard camp, yellow camp, and a medium camp. On Legion, you have this sort of medium camp, and then two medium camps, and then obviously the hard camp as well. You can sort of use and sort of take advantage of in that case. But actually, Puppet Master might be in a little bit of trouble actually. Pistons is coming around from the side, but it should be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, Zinc have sort of put in a lot of tools to really try and get the farm on Pestilence, but one thing they haven't really been doing is sort of taking these stacks, which they definitely can do. If they rotate Magmas down as well as Rhapsody, they can just take some triple stack, even Ancients, let alone sort of triple stack jungle camps, and in that case they can just give all the last hits to Pestilence, and that's what they need. Is about 1,300 away from Portal Key, and honestly that's going to be the biggest item pickup here for Zinc in the next couple of minutes. So I would like to see him get as much farm as possible, because once Prisoner
Silhouette, that's the real Silhouette. Yeah, this time I was sure. This time he goes down. Yeah, the illusion was still on cooldown for a little bit longer, so there you go. Flensmeister picked off, and Haxtron, getting the assistance of Bubbles right there. Or Parasite, or that was Bubbles, yes. Bubbles, yeah. Anyways, good kill. Onto, obviously, Silhouette and slowing down that Nullstone. Pickup coming out here, so... Man, I mean, Bad Monkey Gaming, it's all momentum for them. And yeah, you're right. I mean, maybe just trying to prioritize a little bit too much on the Pestilence, and it's not even working out the best so far. And definitely when he gets the Portal Key, we'll have that jump initiation with that Impale. And he's great. He's one of the better heroes, definitely, when it comes to that. But at the same time, your Prisoner is going to have his very shortly. You have an Assassin Shroud pickup on Puppet Master that's going to be coming out here shortly as well. And a Parasite. I mean, this is a very aggressive makeup team here on BMG's side, especially with a carry like Puppet Master who's having a good start. So
it's just so strange that they're trying to sort of get involved with Pestilence in terms of the kills, but without the Portal Key, I've said before, Pestilence does absolutely nothing without that Portal Key. He needs it desperately. And with Mickey keeps on rotating, trying to set up ganks top, he just has no kind of impact in terms of farming potential. I'm pretty sure if he sort of AFK farmed for the last couple of minutes, he would have had it by now, but he's trying to get involved in ganks, and without the Portal Key, he just can't get involved. He's not like a Pestilence, he's not like a Pebbles or a Magmus that even without a Portal Key, he can get involved. It's a Portal Key or nothing for this Pestilence. So. Oh my god, that was so close.
Just out of range. Yeah, that kind of scraped the ankles of Pestilence right there. You could feel that one, but...
Skimmed his bum.
Skimmed his bum. Yes, it did. Very, very close. Bottom lane, no, that is an actual illusion. I think Puppet Master realized that, so not going to go for any commitment right there. Again, the Assassin Shroud just about done. Needs 1,300 gold for the pattern, I believe it is, so...
They're doing Ancients now, though.
That they are.
Hopefully give some kind of farm onto Pestilence, but it's hard to really actually get the farm on him because there are only 2 people. They need to actually Magmas down there as well for the Lava Surge to actually take these Ancients effectively, but I think he should actually get, if he gets every single last hit here, I think he should actually get the Portal Key, which would be a big factor. Because I mean, Portal Key on Prisoner it's been actually on for a while, and they haven't really been taking too much use of it, so...
I mean, yeah, it's talk about the portal key importance. Yeah, Casey getting hits just with boots and a portal key now. So really just, again, making that point that they need these portal keys. And this is where the game has to change because not often do you see a Magnus just go straight portal key, basically, right after the red boot. So looks like, okay, we're going to have another pause here apparently. Some more, just making sure that the server
Yeah, I mean,
DC.
I mean, we always talk about how, like, you have the astrolabe advantage. Like, you want to sort of push, towers, take team fights when you have that astrolabe advantage and the enemy team doesn't. But in this case, it's all about the portal keys. Prisoner had portal key about 2 or 3 minutes earlier than Pestilence and Magnus, and they haven't really been able to sort of, exploit that and take advantage of that. They took a T1 mid, but it wasn't really sort of contested. It just got denied in that respect. And now Pestilence is going to get a portal key. So in that case, BMG have missed their timings. They had portal keys on both Bubbles and Prisoner, and they didn't actually take advantage of it. They could have easily taken the Tier 1 tower bot. I mean, yeah, they were fighting against Astrolabe Tempest, and they don't have an Astrolabe themselves, but I think they could have easily took the team fight because just of these 2 portal keys on BMG, but they just didn't feel necessary and didn't feel comfortable in doing that. They have got great farm on Puppet Master. He's picked up his Assassin's Shroud now as well, so maybe they're going to try and gank their way into an advantage, then sort of team fight and push.
And possibly the plan here. That definitely, again, Sync not used to being behind early on in the game, but that's what they are here. And have to persevere to take Cycle 4 to win a 4th one in a row. So while we're at this pause, big shout out to Evil Geniuses over in Dota 2 land.
Mm-hmm.
I just got confirmation that they actually won. It's I guess the Star Ladder was going on.
Yeah, it was Star Ladder Season 10.
Pretty big tournament over there in the Dota 2 scene, and of course they just took it in the end. So congratulations to those, specifically
and
Peter
Zai.
Pan, Dam, and Zai.
And Zai, yeah.
Those guys there, yeah, very good players, and of course coming from the Han scene, and definitely have a lot of Han history, both of those guys. So it's always good seeing that representation over there. So we got quite the stock of Han players and teams in Dota 2 now. So
Jesse on Alliance now as well.
Yep, there's
and
several cases. Obviously, the whole complexity situation. So it's fun to follow on the side. But yeah, big shout out to those guys. I'm sure they're tuning in right after the victory. They're like, gotta turn on Honcast now. Gotta remember the good days. But anyway, so yeah, Ninja coming in here. He's here to save the day. That's what Ninja does. And make sure we're going to be good to go moving forward here.
But in talking of strategy for Zinc, I think they're going to wait for the Nullstone and Silhouette before they feel ready and comfortable in taking the Tier 1 mid and the Tier 1 top. Because the worst thing you can do is start taking team fights and your carry starts dying, because if your carry dies and the enemy carry doesn't, then the difference can rather be quite exponential. You could sort of lose 6 GPM for your own carry and give sort of 60 to the other team, and that's 120 GPM difference, and that can all it be what it takes honestly to start making a snowball carry completely snowball. Actually, Silhouette
lane, yep, there's a Song of the Sea Silence, the coordination on the ball. Now they could actually got it for Tempest, but yeah, they didn't want to risk it. There is TP support coming in. You see Tempest trying to chase them down, get a big ultimate off, but it's not going to happen. Yeah, they got what they came for on the pickoff on the opposing carry, and they're happy with that. So, Nullstone? Oh, delays the Nullstone.
Yeah, so it delays the Nullstone. Yeah, exactly. And I said actually they was going to pick up the Assassin's Shroud, and I was wondering if they were going to start using it, and they did instantly. So, great play count from BMG. They didn't really utilise the portal keys, but at least they utilised the Assassin's Shroud, and I love to sort of see that instant pickup, instant use. So, great play count from them.
And unfortunately, again, it just seems like the server's acting up right here. So. Again, all we can do is really just hope that, I can't really remake. They're definitely not at a point where we can remake here. As safe to say, BMG has a pretty solid lead at 16.5 minutes in, so can't go for that. Just going to have to hope that Ninja can do his work here, and overall the server fixes itself in the end, if anything. And it seems like that usually does happen for the most part. So, but hey, wouldn't be a finish here to what's been just a day? Unfortunately, it's been a mix of emotions, most certainly. Where it's we've had some great matches, but we definitely have had our delays, unfortunately, in the end. So I think what we're gonna do here, again, we're just gonna go to short break, guys. So game 5 or 4, though. Again, the final game we should be calling it here. Going to be resuming here. Sync Esports versus Bad Monkey Gaming. The winner will take Cycle 4. The anticipation will have to wait just a little bit longer here before we find out who's going to take that. So sit tight, guys. Again, we're going to just sit tight, and hopefully this will be addressed and figured out here very shortly. So stay tuned, guys.
Never really scared to show you what I feel inside. Everything that out on the table, baby, you and I find myself living it up, making this dream come true. Everything I see in my head is all because of you. Give me your love now, give me your love now. Baby, let me show you how you do this magic. Give me your love now, give me your love now. Baby, let me show you how you do this magic. We can make the magic, baby, I'm your magic. Oh, we can make the magic, baby, I'm your magic. Oh, gotta tell you something, promise me you won't forget. Everything I'll ever need, I found with you instead. Living it up, making this dream come true. Everything I see in my head is all because of you. Give me your love now, give me your love now. Baby, let me show you how you do this magic. Give me your love now, give me your love now.
All right, we are going to be back here. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're going to be back here, guys, as you can see. Looks like we're going to give it a go here and advance on with the final game again, BMG versus Sync. A little bit of a short break there, but I think we should be good to go now. Anyways, Puppet Master, again, they're just coming off a pick on a silhouette, as you're pointing out. Definitely delaying the Nullstone, if anything, is the important deal. So right now, BMG, I mean, they're lead 6,000 gold lead, 7,300 experience lead right here. 17 minutes into this game just about. Pretty damn big. Now, Pestilence and Magnus have those portal keys, though. That is, again, it goes back to this is where Sync needs to make some plays. They're farming the middle. As I say that, Prisoner's looking to go for a jump here. He has Puppet Master coming in as well. Uh-oh, Pestilence. Now, Rhapsody is here, level 6. There's a pull-up, pulls it away from Rhapsody, though. Can she get over there in time, perhaps? She can barely get there in time. What a perfect timing from Insania, and he saves the day of Pestilence. Oh, geez, yeah, that's exactly. I knew that's how it was going to play out. As a matter of, could he get there in time? And sure enough, he did. So big plays from Insania. That's a big save because if that happens, I mean that just really gets it demoralizing.
Yep,
for
definitely.
Sync Esports. So.
And I'm a little bit surprised, honestly, why I mean, Hackstrom didn't instantly pop the Voodoo Puppet. Obviously, he has to use the Puppet Show straight away, and I'm glad he didn't actually pop out the Assassin's Shroud with an auto attack. Instead, he instantly used the Puppet Show because obviously it stopped any kind of Empower character from Pestilence. But instead of Puppet Show and then instantly ultimate, he Puppet Showed and then had like 3 or 4 auto attacks before he Puppet Showed. And I think if he did it instantly, I don't think Rhapsody would have been there in time to actually save him. So a little bit of a misplay there, arguably, but not the biggest of deals in the end.
Perhaps, but yeah, I mean, so it's one of those cases for BMG. It's like, okay, well, we missed a kill there, but we still have a pretty solid lead and can overall be pretty satisfied again with where things are at. But again, Magnus, he's got a power supply now, so at least has a little bit more, even a couple minor totems on top of that. Just trying to get as many stats as possible for earlier on with that Portkey pickup. Again, Mickey has it. He's just been continuing to farm for the time being, though, so I guess it's kind of that case, though. Just because you have the Portkey doesn't mean you should just be looking to fly around now and try to go for kills, especially when you're being out-farmed. But having it will now give you opportunities to perhaps look for and take them if that works. Now, I wonder, is Tempest, do you think Tempest is going to be going straight Portkey here as well? Like, is this just going to be like an all across the board, we need the PK ASAP kind of deal?
I don't know, because I think if he goes Portal Key here, obviously he can still get stopped from Parasite, but if he picks up the Strong Head, then there's a lot of sort of damage he can soak up, actually, and obviously you can get a lot of those Glacial Blasts out, and obviously the Meteor, which he has been sort of maxing out as well, can do a lot of impact in this game, actually, so I think we're going to see a Strong Head first before Portal Key, actually, because there's a lot of initiation already. They've got Portal Key on Magnus, they've got Portal Key on Pestilence, and there's going to be a Portal Key on Silhouette as well. I think we are going to see a Portal Key from Tempest eventually, but I think the Strong Head is going to be needed just a little bit before to soak up that damage and be involved in the team fights earlier on.
Silhouette ideally needs a good farm. It's going to any really hard carrying for the most part would, and under 500 gold per minute happens to be 0-7 according to the stat line there. So you see where Flensmeister's at now. Of course, a lot of people are going to be taken back to the previous series earlier today in the winner bracket or losers bracket finals. Excuse me, Sync versus Down, where Flensmeister really showed the potential of a Silhouette when it comes to split pushing and making the best use of it. So that could very likely be what Sync Esports has to fall back on in the end, if anything, too. Here in this final game, and hey, again, if it gets in the win, then it gets in the win. But I guarantee you, BMG, they watch that game, they know perhaps to expect that as well. So it's a matter of just being on the ball and making sure. Well, I guess the first thing would just be try not to even get to that point in the first place. Just end the game before she gets to more of a pretty farmed and is able to do that with the Portal Key. Another farming damage item perhaps on top of the Null Stone. So try to prevent that from happening outright. So. For the time being, Puppet Master, speaking of Shrunken Head, he's working on that, as is Prisoner, so a couple of those going to be coming out here, it looks like, for Bad Monkey Gaming. You also got the Puzzle Box on Tankafit. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's level 1. Could level it up further if you want to, and I'm sure he will. At this point, has enough gold for it, so we'll see when that happens. Empath joining Puppet Master? No, he doesn't actually jump inside. Yeah, Puppet kind of goes back. He's trying to get close enough for him to jump inside, but by the time that he goes in, actually, Beston's already far gone. I don't think it would have mattered anyways. He was already flying away. But actually at the middle lane, they're going to jump Prisoner 945 right here. Here comes Pestilence as well with the follow-up. And down goes Prisoner. He popped the prison break. TP's coming in, but it wasn't going to happen, obviously, as the burst was real from Sync. So there you go, making use of the Portal Keys.
Yeah, and Slap picks one up as well. And it's taken a lot of use. And I mean, practically, like, Zinc are Portal Key gaming. Because, like, for the last couple of series and the last couple of games, they've been picking up Portal Keys and just been using them time and time again. And I mean, without the Shrunken Heads, I mean, it's really hard for a BMG to really not only sort of react to them because they die too quickly, but even sort of take team fights as well. And even when they pick up the Shrunken Heads as well, there's going to be a little bit of an issue because obviously they've got physical stuns with Pestilence, Silhouette, and obviously Tempest as well. So a lot more balanced lineup for Zinc, and I mean, they're still quite scary in terms of the late game as well. Obviously, the BMG have got the Puppet Master and Prisoner, but I think Zinc could easily take this late game, actually, if BMG are not careful, and another pick-off actually onto support as well. So BMG, they've got their lead still, but I mean, it can easily slip away if they're not careful. Well,
Magnus happened to be coming over with a bound die, and something tells me they saw her pick up the Invis rear, and they knew that she would be in the vicinity, and sure enough, she was. So a good find by Sync, great heads up on their part, and they do prevent Empath from possibly doing some Ancient Stack, or some blocking of the Ancient Stack right there. So again, good heads up on their part, and open up more room for Silhouette to buy some time to get her own Portal Key. So again, Portal Key Gaming, aka Sync Esports, as you put it, is definitely coming about right here. Now, Shrunken Heads, again, they're getting close, especially on Puppet Master. That's going to be the key. Bubbles actually using the Bound Eye here in the middle, looking for any possible wards that could be in the area, but nothing really to be found here.
They really do need to actually counter this vision, though, from Zinc, because BMG, the reason why they're so far ahead is because they've not been utilising their ganks, but with this defensive ward vision coming out from Insania, it's going to be hard for BMG to really sort of get through this kind of line. They've got, obviously, a ward bottom, they've got a ward mid, and they've kind of got 2 wards in the top lane, so this kind of line that's being drawn here by Zinc, and the only way they can really get through that is obviously with the Assassin Shroud Puppet Master, but he isn't going to be able to actually gank by himself, so they do need to start somehow de-warding this, obviously maybe just wiping the whole vision, but you saw Bubbles couldn't actually catch the vision mid, so yeah, I mean for BMG it's going to be hard for them to sort of start ganking until this vision is really taken out, but Magmus, he's sort of getting his own sort of de-warding done and doing quite a lot as well actually.
You look right here. He's like sneaking up to the ward side and then eventually does counter it, so exactly, using that Bound Eye very effectively. As again, it's at the same point, Bubbles doing his own work at that other ward side. So yeah, both teams making a point to get the earlier on Bound Eye here and really trying to take away the vision from one another. I mean, the Golden Experience, it's slightly gone down a little bit here in favor of Sync. I mean, it's still a lead for BMG of 6,300 to 6,000 experience. But again, Sync actually doing their part. And actually, they're going to catch Parasite. The Tabit's ultimately going to be used right here. And down goes Parasite. So, I mean, Prisoner was nearby the whole time. But, you know, if he jumped in, very likely would have sacrificed himself as well. So, good decision by Super KG not to, of course. And obviously just good chase by Sync in the end. So, yeah, they're slowly getting their way back into this game after what was looking like to be a pretty aggressive and early start here for BMG. That could have possibly gotten out of hand. So, well played by Sync. Now, there's the Shrunken Head, though, on Puppet Master. And again, as we referred to, kind of the holy trinity of items here.
But yeah, I mean, like, Zinc know exactly how they need to get back into this game. They've put up all defensive wards, though, because they know they've got it late game, and if BMG overextend, then they're going to punish it, and they've been punishing. The last 3 kills have been on the side of Zinc, and BMG, they haven't been able to sort of push their advantage and go for kills because of this defensive vision. So great play coming out from Insane, honestly, because it allows Zinc to play defensive, it allows them to really take control of this game, and with the Bound Eye and Magmus, he's de-warded the last 2 wards, actually, and now they're starting to slowly take map control. They are going to lose Congress inside of this, though, so BMG might be able to take the next team, which would be quite big, actually. They're going to lose tier 2 on top, but they should be able to defend the tier 2 top, so.
God. You know, I'm really thinking back to that attempt on Pestilence coming out of the pause, how so close it was, and, you know, thinking about how ever since then, I mean, Sync has kind of just built it back up as far as momentum goes. And, again, trying to really climb back into this game. Now, as I say that, of course, Conquer goes down officially. And now you have a token of life even on Puppet Master. So, yeah, definitely still a lot of work to be done for Sync. But they most certainly are making the best of what they got, I guess. And I mean, Pestilence being played by Mickey here. He's got a Mighty Blade. He's working towards the Shrunken Head to go with the Portal Key. And, you know, again, this is a hero that one of the better initiators in the game, at least I think, when it comes down to it. So,
goes for Shrunken.
Yep. That's obviously going to be a big pickup there. And we'll be able to do quite a bit once he gets that.
But I mean, honestly though, if BMG want to get back into this game, they need to start ganking. Actually, Pestilence, this is exactly what they need.
Yeah, can they actually follow up? Is the question. Bubbles comes up to come a beautiful wall as well. In comes Protective Melody. However, Tempest holds up on the side. Now Tempest doesn't have an ultimate. Voodoo Puppet is used on a Pestilence though. Will it be enough damage? Yes, it will. He cannot fly away from it. And down he goes. Meanwhile, Prisoner is still chasing a couple of heroes. Actually, Super Cage, you need to be careful. Doesn't get caught himself. He does have his whole ball and chains, but no attempt going to be had. So they get the 1 kill, though, and BMG is satisfied with that, I'm sure. Now, a middle push, it looks like, is what we're going to develop into here. Pestilence does have a buyback and could possibly try to go for a sneak here, but
I don't think they're going to defend a tier 2. It's not worth it. Maybe for a tier 3, but not for a tier 2. You've got Silhouette pushing the bottom, and going to try and trade in that respect. But yeah, I mean, that one pickup, though, doing so much work, though, breaking through sort of the ward vision here from Zinc, and actually also taking their tier 2 mid as well. And they're actually going to push onto a tier 3, but this is very, very risky, and they should back off. And as they will.
I think it's just making attention, if anything. I mean, Silhouette, she's starting to fall back, but now she's going back for the bottom tower. Is a vulnerability ready? I'm guessing it is, because, yeah, she's playing it very safe. And she knows that they're missing, kind of. She's going to go all out for it, though. No vulnerability, and will take the tower kill. So no defense put up, ultimately, by Bad Monkey Gaming right there.
They've got a TP on Prisoner and Puppet Master. They can easily defend that, but everyone knows that Zinc's in their base except for Flensmeister, and they just give up a tier 2 for nothing, honestly. So not the biggest of deals, I guess. Obviously, they are far ahead in terms of golden experience, but I mean, I don't think they're going to be able to actually take high ground without a big pickoff. But even though they've got token on Puppet Master, they need to get another pickoff because the team fight here from Zing is just too strong now, and they have great high ground defense, and at the same time, they're the best team in defending their base. So BMG will need to take a key pickoff here before they go high ground, and a lot of vision again. It's just been absolutely fantastic from Insania, really defending against any kind of aggressive ganks from BMG. So they really need to sort of wipe the vision from Zibby, and he's had the bound eye for a couple of minutes now, but really hasn't found too many wards. So hopefully that'll change soon.
Prisoner going for a chance there in the middle lane, but again, Pestilence able to react to it just in time with the portal key and going to be fine. So now apparently it's some Skype issues. It's not even actually the server itself, so just the day has been filled with it, I guess. So just to make sure to get that. Of course, communication pretty key, safe to say. As far as I want to make sure that oh gosh, here we go. All right, well, okay, so we're going to take a short break right here because, again, if anything, we're going to try to get this figured out and see what the deal is moving forward. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit tight. Hopefully just one more break here before we're going to be coming back and finish things off here with what is a grand final. So stay tuned, guys. All right, so just a quick hiccup there possibly, and going to be back here now. Sync versus BMG. Okay, so at least that wasn't too long of a break right there. But again, it looks like BMG, now they got the token for a minute 45 right here and counting. So Haxrandy's going to start moving in, but as you see on the mini-map, probably not going to find anybody. And actually Sync is already back at their base, putting up a defense here. And ready once again, and guess who's split pushing? Good old Silhouette. As she does, so Flensmeister is going to start kicking in.
We haven't talked too much about the split pushing potential of Silhouette, and the hook actually.
Oh, that's big. That's a real Silhouette actually. Just split up, takes out the Nullstone. Can they follow up? Pestilence big initiated himself, but here comes Puppet Master. Nullstone is not on. Silhouette is completely vulnerable. Magnus going to get in there, but big protect him out. And coming out from Rhapsody. Bubbles in the background. He's waiting. Finally uses the kill field as the Tempest Ultimate was coming out to get canceled right there. Big patience. And Tempest gets pulled back in with the big hook as well. And look at the cleanup coming out from Bad Monkey Gaming. Silhouette dead. Pestilence goes back in though. He will finish off Prisoner 945 right there, but now Puppet Master wants to finish off Pestilence, however he can't. He does have a token though, so he can play this pretty risky. Zibby can as well, and he's trying to make it happen. They will. Parasite even assisting, and down it goes Pestilence, and now Puppet Master going for the tower. That was big hook there.
All from one hook, man. All from one hook. And I was going to say how they didn't have too much to block down Silhouette, but after when she had the illusion right next to her, and obviously quick Puppet Show and Puppeteer's hold just makes that she can't switch out, and that kill could mean racks breaking. This is such a big deal.
I mean, it is. Well, maybe not. I mean, Magnus does stun it. They're going to try to lock down Puppet Master. Do they have enough damages is a question. Is this worth it? Puppet Master, he returns right there. Down goes Pestilence, and they definitely should. I mean, Magnus again, he has another stun, so maybe now they really are delaying this. as much as they can, but no, it is going to fall up at what cost here. Puppet Master, the swarm is up, so we can't get away Bound Eye on them as well. And yes, he will get killed there. So they got the melee racks. They are going to end up getting cleaned up here. So actually, Sync does have a pretty solid hold to finish it, despite losing the racks there.
Because, okay, they do take 3 kills, but that's definitely in favour for BMG because they can actually because they've got the melee rack, so they're going to start getting a lot more map control, and that's key against Silhouette. But at the same time, Zinc are going to get maybe a tier 1, perhaps a tier 2 out of the exchange. It's definitely worth it, seeing as they actually use a buyback on Mickey, who's still dead actually. So in the meantime, BMG will definitely be happy with that trade. And, oh no, Super KG, you can't get picked off now.
That's going to be big. In fact, Prison Break going to be used right there. He'll pull him in with the hook. He does have TP support coming in, so actually could possibly buy a turn even.
Though.
Yeah, oh, they did, yeah. The whole buybacks, they want to make something happen, and they are possibly. Tempest, he's going to be caught out. He doesn't have an ulti or anything like that, so yes, Tempest will fall. But as you pointed out, 3 buybacks coming in right there from BMG.
I really disagree with that choice. Like Super KG was trying to set up, but they should have just sacked the tier 1. That was definitely not a good trade. Yes, they obviously did defend the tier 1, but they wasted a buyback on all 3 heroes, particularly on Haxorine, who only has 1 more left actually. So if he gets picked off again, that could definitely be a big factor. And only buying back to defend a tier 1 and obviously defending Haxorine, it's just not and defending Super KG, it's just not worth it, Break here.
Yeah, well. So that's definitely going to be one of those things here. You can look back at and perhaps start maybe an opening for Sync to take advantage of, but at the same time, Puppet Master, I mean, he's hitting very, very hard now. Has the Slayer already picked up? That alone, of course, amps his damage by 40 at this point, and then that, of course, is then going to develop into a Savage Mace here, which he actually is getting close to finishing up with that said. So that's going to be a lot of physical presence coming out. Now, Shrunken Head is going to be just about well, more so, it's around the corner for Pestilence. He just got the Warhammer himself, and so he'll still need the pattern, but doing his best to finish that off. We are going to see the Geometers Bane, of course, coming out for Silhouette. I think this game may be a little bit more, safer than the last game, or makes more sense, of course, and it is the usual, after all, from what we're used to seeing. Tempest, nowhere close to his Shrunken Head just yet. He only really has 1250 gold saved up, no components of it, so it's going to be a little bit of time, unfortunately, before
Magnus.
Tempest would have that. Magnus, he's running into a trap, but he kind of has support himself nearby. So I don't know. Prisoner. Yeah, this is what I was going to say. Prisoner going in. Do they have the burst damage to pick him off the bat? No, they don't. Tempest ultimate comes out, and the eruption going to be channeled right now in the face. They're shrinking it on Prisoner still, so he's going to mitigate plenty of that, but not the physical damage. And he goes down exactly. The bait was real. And 2 go down in favor of Sync right there.
Okay, I think they're going to lose a tier 2 top, but BMG are starting to rotate now. Going to try and take the tier 1 tower, which they can do. I don't think they're going to be able to push the tier 2 tower quick enough before Zinc take their own tier 2. So I think they're going to have to take a tier 1 and then TP back to defend their racks in the end. But again, great pickup coming out from the Zinc though.
Yeah. That's definitely going to be tier 2. You see right there. So at least making something of it is BMG at the bottom tower. They push it themselves, but Sync again they constantly are getting a little bit of momentum here and there, and even despite this deficit that they remain at being of about 9,000 gold or so and about 6,000 experience, you got to feel like Sync's really kind of turning it on all of a sudden. And it's actually good potential. I mean, hell, they're even down in melee racks here, but it feels like that they actually have more going for them than they really do, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it's because they've picked up the Shrunken Head now on Pestilence. They're going to pick up a Shrunken Head on Tempest, and I mean, there's so much magical damage coming from BMG. Even Haxorine is dealing out a lot of magical damage because of the Voodoo Puppet. He is getting Savage Mace now, so he has that kind of physical presence as well. But still, I think the late game presence is definitely there for Zinc, and arguably more than BMG because of that Tempest factor. And Silhouette is eventually going to get farmed and going to be able to go toe-to-toe with Puppet Master as well. Actually, talking to Silhouette, going in on Bubbles, no, just TP's out in the end. But yeah, and I mean, although BMG are ahead, I'm a little bit scared for them, honestly, because I think in the next team fight, BMG won't have an easiest time as what they used to.
Savage Mace on Puppet Master. But yeah, look at the Alchemist Bones pick up on Magnus this time around. So again, it's really just making a point that they want to have that counter to the Parasite and the puzzle blocks here. And Kizu definitely showing that he's a fan of the idea, at least, and prioritizing picking it up here. Again, that's 1,900 gold he spent on that. Could have been something like a Talby, elsewhere, but figuring that makes the most sense here. So we'll see if that ultimately does have the impact they're hoping for. In the end, Geometer's Bane is finished on Silhouette. I think they're going to be waiting for Conqueror here, it looks like, as BMG. Double damage rune, yeah. They're trying to maybe wait that out.
For BMG here, what they need to do is they've got one decent ward actually coming out from support, but they need another one in the bottom lane to sort of keep Zinc pinned in their base. Make sure that Zinc have no way of really pushing out the lanes and contesting things like Kongor. Actually, Zinc is rotating over. They place a ward of flight here, but I don't think they actually realise that BMG are doing Kongor. And if they take Kongor as well, this could be very, very dangerous for BMG, but after this Kongor, they need to make sure that all lanes are pushed out because you cannot give Flensmeister the opportunity to actually split push. You saw in the last series, he absolutely dominated. I think it was at Dawn, wasn't it?
Yeah.
1v5. So keep lanes pushed out. Make sure he does not have the ability to do that. Actually, did he swap back in? Oh, that was just an illusion. But
Oh, that's the fake one. Yeah.
that's fine, yeah. But so, Token now on Puppet Master. They might be able to push in, actually, but they still need to take the tier 2 bottom. But again, they need to push out top and bottom before they even group as 5, because Silhouette will completely rip them apart in terms of split pushing if they're not careful.
So bottom lane, Magnus was maybe trying to set something up, but no, instead he's just going to maybe pick up some farm here. Again, he has those Alchemist bones for the Parasite, so he's not too worried if Parasite wants to try to fight him with that Ballista of his. Top lane, those are just illusions there, as Silhouette's illusion is going to be cleaned up. And it seems like, I want to say BMG is doing a pretty good job of that. I've seen that a couple times
They
now.
are.
Zibby especially just gets there immediately and cleans it up with a shell serve. I mean, obviously when it comes to counter push, Bubbles is one of the better heroes at that, so he's...
Oh, look at this bait top lane, though.
What are they doing here? Oh, the courier coming in. Okay, yeah. Got the courier that's just sitting and scouting things out. Trying to see, but they definitely are baiting. Pestilence, Silhouette, and Tempest ready to go.
Courier, though.
This is interesting. Yeah, the courier, it's going to give them some information. Now, the Helpmore team, they see that flying around. They might wonder, what's going on? Okay, there's a jump on the Empath. You got to be careful, though. Here we go, the counter on a Pestilence. So we got a fight on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Silhouette, big pickoff right away onto Empath. Tempest a little bit, locks us up. Puppet Master, but no, it's immediately top of the kill field. And now Tempest, he's going to take the brunt of the damage from Puppet Master. He goes down. Silhouette trying to hold his ground. That is a fake Silhouette now. The real Silhouette, I believe, is already gone. He voodoo puppeted even. Again, that's got to be so frustrating dealing with that. But the real Silhouette is over here. So will she go back in, try to make something else happen? I don't know. I mean, she does have a TP.
She's going to try and split push and hold the wave up as much as possible.
Yeah, like we saw in the Dawn series. Here we go.
Yeah, she just goes, and there's not much they can really do because if they rotate back, then they're going to be very, very slow in terms of pushing the tier 2. But yeah, so they're just going to go all in, try and take the Rax top. Tempest does have a buyback, however, but the ultimate is down, and it was a great stop by Zibe actually, because without the Dragon Head on Tempest, there's a lot of ways to actually deal with it. But Zinc, they took the tier 1 top, but they need to defend here top lane, and I think Tempest will have to buy back.
Yo, jeez. Puppet Master getting a little low right there. But again, he has the token, so he's going to be fine. Even if he does fall, in fact, getting a health potion. Good teamwork right there. Oh, nice job with the Alchemist Bones. Taking out Parasite, actually maybe catching him off guard. That was Infest target. So, yeah, Silhouette back at base. This is what BMG likes. Silhouette back at base actually trying to defend rather than going for any kind of counter push here. And they're just fine with that.
They need another big hook, honestly. Preferably on Tempest or Silhouette. I mean, it was the reason why they got lost, Rax last time. They should try and do it again. Particularly, they need to de-ward this water side, actually, because it's spotting out Prisoner. Because whenever Prisoner comes close, they're obviously going to rotate out.
Yeah. That's true, and I wonder if they
Oh my
got
God.
a found. In fact, Pestilence on screw. We gotta go. We gotta make the best of this. Prisoner's gonna be picked up right of the bat. Empath also drops, so it's 5 versus 3, just like that. And now Puppet Master, he's taking some damage from Pestilence. Silhouette towards the party. Protecting Melody will mitigate plenty. Stop by the face though. Down goes Puppet Master. He's gonna resurrect though. Can they actually fight around? Oh, the stun misses actually. Puppet Master dodged the Magma stun, and now Tempest. He's gonna end up falling as a result. Pestilence goes back in. Look at Silhouette though. She has to swap out. She was getting low. Eruption comes in. Not really the most in range, but still Puppet Master, he's gonna end up falling in the end, and Bubbles and Parasite have to make their way out of there. Payback indeed coming out. Mickey did buy back for the second time. That is his final buyback here.
Oh, Bubbles.
Bubbles. Oh my God, he actually gets away. He saw him floating away in the face. So again, another hold, but
final buyback. But I mean, even though Puppet Master has one buyback still, it feels seems so close because obviously he had to buy back earlier with the Super KG sort of fact. But man, that MVP ward, man, it gave the ability to Bicky to sort of land a 2-man stun onto Puppet Master and Empath. And when that happens, obviously BMG rush to try and help. And if Tempest has an ultimate there, that could be easily a 5-man wipe if they're not careful. So again, man, it's all about the vision, and BMG do need to be on top of it. They were trying to place a ward inside, but they need to have counter vision as well, because otherwise Mickey's going to have god initiations like that again if they're not careful.
yeah.
Oh, Empath.
Oh yeah, Empath. This is going to happen again to her. This happened earlier with the Bound Eye, and Oh, they're kind of, they don't really want to overcommit because they know, again, support could be nearby. In fact, there kind of is. That is a real, now it's a fake silhouette. And actually, Empath jumps inside Bubbles to be fine, so.
So
Good
close.
save, yeah, onto the support Empath. Of course, as one can be on cooldown here, but not the biggest deal. With that said, Puppet Master going to be resurrecting, 3,400 gold saved up. What do you like on him here? Getting the full symbol, props.
It's got to be a symbol.
Giro,
Yeah, I mean, if he's dying in team fights, they need some kind of defensive capabilities, and Symbol would be fine. He's actually going to go for a Gunjuro. I dislike this choice because he's only got 600 HP. If the team of Zeke was all magical, it'd be fine because obviously he's got the Dragon Head. But obviously there's ways to deal with him. They've got the Silhouette Tree Grapple, they've got the Tempest Element of Void, and they've obviously got the Pestilence as well. And I mean, you saw how quickly he was dropping in the last team fight, and that's when he had Token as well. So I mean, Zinc have to make sure that they try and focus Puppet Master in this fight now because they can drop him, and he's doing so much damage obviously with the Gunjuro as well. So, man, I think it's risky. I mean, he does have at least one buyback, so if he does die, there is that kind of fallback, but he doesn't have a buyback yet, so they do need to sort of get some kind of farm on him.
Yeah. Counter ward attempt coming out here. Yep, Bubbles will be able to get the ward of sight, so good job. That one was just about to wear off, but still getting it nonetheless and getting at least a little bounty for it. Every bit of gold helps here. But you got Silhouette is actually hiding around. Excuse me. They're in the meantime and actually going to think about possibly they're going to make a jump happen if anyone comes out. But no, it's not going to happen. We'll probably just farm it up. And again, though, we really haven't, keep going back to it. His pushing presence hasn't been as strong as it was in the previous series here against Dawn. And now he's going to try for it. He spawns the illusions with his main one as well as the Geometer Spin, of course. And going to send those up here, kind of cut off the creep wave. So we'll see how how BMG reacts. They got Prisoner actually lining up to possibly defend, but again, they're pretty aware that those are just the fake ones. So yeah, he's got you talked about the Gunjiro, though, pick up on Haxtron, and you know, I always find it's always one of those funky items on a hero like Puppet Master as well, mainly because again, it's agility focus, and he doesn't maximize from it like say an agility hero would, such as a Soul Stealer or Silhouette for that matter, something like that, of course. So still a solid pickup nonetheless, but. Yeah, I think
Puppet Master.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Oh, dear.
He almost ran right into a death trap right there.
Oh,
and he's still hanging around.
Gosh.
Eruption being channeled. Yeah, he needs to be really careful. Can Magnus catch him? Yes, he can. Here's the follow from pass. This Puppet Master going to drop immediately. No, he barely stays alive as a Shrunken Head comes out. A big wall from Empath, and the fight continues. Silhouette's trying to chase him down, but Puppet Master looking to come back in. Opens up with the auto attack. Silhouette, though, spawns with the illusion. Or ports to the other one and making it difficult to know which one's a real one, of course. Prisoner in the meantime, he gets picked off quickly.
He's got buyback.
So Puppet Master stays alive, though. That's the big thing for BMG.
Yeah, they should try and fight. Eruption is down on Zinc. They should try and fight, definitely. They got buyback on Prisoner. And I think Zinc know that, so they're going to back off. But yeah, I mean, and this is what I was saying. Gunjuro is such a greedy pickup because if he has similar rage there, he can easily turn the fight and just stand there and auto-attack Zinc because he's got the Shrunken Head, so he's got that kind of potential to stand up in front and just beat down. But the Gunjuro, he's so squishy, and Zinc were very, very close there for dropping him, and that would have been his last buyback. So, yeah. Oh man.
See there, taking out the illusion, but yeah, exactly. I mean, the fact that he lived, though, that's the big news, and no buyback going to be forced on Super KGE. So overall, Bad Monkey Gaming, not the biggest worrisome thing, but still, I mean, the gold and experience gap is closing more and more for Zinc's favor. Now down a 6,800 gold lead and only a 4,500 experience lead at this point. So hell, you got Parasite. Look at Parasite, though, man. Tank effect. He's a tank. Go figure. He's got the Abyssal Skull. He's got the full demonic breastplate now. To work for his team, so being that kind of team utility there. Bubbles, again, the Portkey Talbot actually sitting on 4,200 gold as Zibe. Wonder what, I guess that's just a full sheepstick at this point. Of course, makes the most sense.
For BMG, I think they're maybe going to try and wait for the next Congo, but I don't know if that's going to be the right play. Yeah, obviously they're going to take Token and they're going to take Cheese, but at the end of the day, Zinc do have the better late game. They've got sort of two cores that can sort of scale pretty decently into the late game with Pestilence and Silhouette, and they've got a Tempest Factor. But for BMG, it's all on this Puppet Master. I mean, Parasite doesn't offer too much. Prisoner offers a little bit, but I mean, for Empath and Puppet and Bubbles, they just don't offer too much in the way of late game, whereas Zinc, they can easily take this late game and be happy to sort of do it. I mean, I think Zinc are happy sort of just to try and play this as late as possible.
Yeah.
Because they've got obviously the split pushing potential from Silhouette as well. So BMG, I'd like to see maybe try and go for a pick off, even do like the Lions Gate into sort of Zinc's sort of jungle. Maybe try and find a pick off on anyone. They've got the tools to do it, unless they want to play it safe and just try and go for Congo and cheese as well. But we'll have to see.
Yeah. Some code speak there from Empath coming out. Kongor, again, not up just yet, but I got to think, again, he's going to be responding here very, very shortly. And as you're talking about, that would be that third Kongor kill. So BMG, that looks like the decision is going to be to wait that out. And, I mean, it will mean Puppet Master will ideally have his next item, and the similar range now definitely going to be coming next.
That's true.
So that's something, of course, big. You see top lane Silhouette. Again, though, it's going to be fake. Yeah, by the time he gets there, it's just like, well,
That's the...
have to deal with it. Yeah, you see Parasite even face-hugging to get a kill quickly. There's Kongor, though.
I mean, I'm really surprised actually Parasite doesn't have Portal Key, because once Strong Head is picked up on Tempest, which is just picked up there, if he doesn't have the Portal Key and Tempest locks down Puppet Master, like he's not tanky himself, and even when he has the Symbol of Rage, he needs those auto attacks to really get his life back, and without a superior cancel outside of Parasite, then it's going to be really hard to actually lock down this Tempest, and without the Portal Key, it's hard to really lock down and sort of cancel that Tempest in time. But DD on Puppet Master, I mean, that's twice, man. Jeez.
Oh, geez. So Sync has to react quickly. All 5 of them have portal keys. By the way, Wingbow pick up on Silhouette. Here we go. The Shrunken Air from Puppet Master reacted perfectly. And look at Pestilence all of a sudden. He's starting to drop. Pestilence going to fall. That Tempest a little bit. Will it be stopped? Yes, it will. Prisoner Hook comes through. Down goes Tempest. Protected Melody was way too late. It looks like they are going to kill Puppet Master, though. He ends up getting bursted down as soon as the Shrunken Air wears off. And just like that, they could possibly look for a turn. Silhouette's barely alive in the background. She's trying to get away, has that Wingbow evasioning every now and then. She goes back up with the tree grapple. Oh, the portal key from Flesmeister! One timing, somehow still alive. She has the illusion up. They're just going to pick that off. But the real one will survive. What a play indeed. But Puppet Master bought back. That is his final buyback. But they want to secure the Kongor.
Like, without that Shrunken, like, he was fine when he had the Shrunken Head off, but when it's gone, like, he's really so squishy, and again, forced off use his final buyback. He's going to take token now, but BMG, after that buyback, they need to finish soon, because Silhouette still has 2 of her buybacks, and it's getting more risky and more risky, but, I mean, that fight for BMG was absolutely perfect. Tempest got instantly cancelled from the Prisoner, and Pestilence got just instantly exploded from the DD Puppet Master.
Yeah, I can't believe how fast he dropped, man.
Exactly, like, I mean, the teamfight couldn't have gone any better from BMG, and I mean, I don't think another teamfight is going to go that good for BMG, so they are on a timeline, honestly, and they are going to try and push now.
I got to get your thoughts on this. I mean, Wingbow pick up on Silhouette. Obviously, there's a couple of concerns there. They already had a Savage Mace on Puppet Master.
It's decent for illusions, just simply because
just for the stats and for the illusions, it's still worth it. You think?
Exactly.
Okay.
I think so. Like, obviously, it's gonna the evasion factor is still bad, but the agility is still good, and obviously the sort of the increase in range as well is decent. So I think it's worthwhile.
Here, look at what he's doing now. The jump at the bottom lane, Puppet Master. She has a token though, and they do catch Tempest. He gets bursted down, but Silhouette is still pushing top. She's going to get the melee racks. But in the meantime, Bad Monkey Gaming, they're going for another pair of melee racks themselves as Puppet Master still well alive. He's got the Shrunken Head up, and the Legion Team Sync will have to retreat. The melee racks is down. Will they fall back? Puppet Master, he actually does get stunned right there. The hook is going to be dodged by Mickey, but in comes the Prison Break, immediately stops the protected Melody, and Puppet Master is still alive. Finally falls, but he's going to come back up with full life and full mana due to the token of life, and now Magma's feeling the brunt of that. He's taking some good damage. He barely will survive in the background. Silhouette, on the other hand, not, and BMG on the verge of taking cycle number 4. They do have more buybacks, though. Silhouette, the final buyback, going back in, gets 1 kill. Is that going to be it, though? It looks like it. Silhouette, yes, she goes down. Magma stuns him, but not much more he can do. Hat-trick coming out for Haxrin. Bad Monkey Gaming trying to be the first team different than Sync Esports to win a cycle here in Season 3. And they very likely may have just done it right there, breaking through.
They got 60 seconds left on Silhouette. Magmas is alive, but I think BMG are going to take it.
It's close. It's close. Magnus, I mean, he's going to do what he can once again to delay. Tempest up. He will have an ultimate. I mean, that could be the difference maker in terms of delaying this a little further. Puppet Master, of course, with the Savage Mace. He's going to assassinate. He's going to get Tira. There comes the Word of Revelation, though. And now Puppet Master. Tempest coming in. Has that ultimate again. Will he look to use it right here? Oh, no. He's like, not worth it. He thought about it. But now the melee racks again is dropping. Tempest is like, I could, but then I wouldn't have any follow-up. Oh, boy. They do save the melee racks, though, so that's the important thing. So, again, Sync, I mean, I don't expect them to concede. They have the Silhouette split push factor still, and they did get the top racks themselves. But this is all in BMG's hands right now, it feels like.
Yeah. I mean, 20,000 gold lead. I mean, screw what split push that Silhouette can do. They've got 20,000 gold lead. I think the only way Zink can take this game is if they kill Puppet Master. But he's just picked up a similar rage. Heck, man, he should pick up Heart for all this sort of sake, man. Because if he dies, Zink have a chance to win this game. At the same time, the only Rex that is exposed now for BMG is obviously the top lane. And seeing as Zink have their own lane of Rex in the top lane, it's going to be hard for actually BMG to rotate onto the Rex. They could easily backdoor this though, because obviously half HP on the melee Rex. But I mean, man, it's still risky because there's no buyback on Silhouette. There's no buyback on Puppet Master, and there's still a buyback on Silhouette. I mean, I still can't. I can't call it, man. I can't call it.
Look what we
so
just
close.
saw there from Tankafed. A charged hammer coming out. Part of me is like, was he trolling? But no, honestly, it's great against like Silhouette, exactly, with the illusions and the counter push. So it definitely makes sense from that perspective. So yeah, it's like not an item that we ever see, and if anything for farming purposes, but it makes sense here. Yeah, exactly. Don't push the issue.
Just push out top. Like, you got mid and bottom pushing in from Rack. Just push out top as much as possible. You're going to take the next Congo. Just try and ward up as much as possible. Make sure Puppet Master does not die. If he dies, then there's a chance of them losing the game. Just play it safe. You got mid and bottom pushing in, and make sure that top lane is pushed all the way to the sort of the river mark, because you can't give Zink the ability to sort of have this kind of map control because of what Silhouette can do. And they need to ward up. They've got one ward here on the top lane, but I mean, this ward of sight actually is a little bit kind of useless, because if they push out, top as much as possible, then this ward of sight is completely useless. I'd like to see it a little bit more aggressive, maybe sort of defend the top rune sort of area, and sort of watch any kind of split push from Silhouette. But BMG, they're in a great position, but they do not need to force anything. They've got the help on advantage. They've got 2 lanes of Rax, for God's sakes. Play it cool, man.
Oh, Bubbles, he might get caught out here if he's not careful. Magnus stunts in. Is the follow-up going to be in time? It looks like maybe Silhouette does, but Bubbles take cover. That's gonna buy him the time needed to portal key away eventually. So good reaction from Zibe right there. And again, you look back at the bottom lane, constantly being pushed in, and that really does. I think that's definitely the BMG's favorite too. The fact that they got the Sync killing the top racks when they got the middle and the bottom. And actually, Bubbles does eventually get picked off.
They need to go all in. They need to go all in. Don't focus with the creeps. They need to go all in. There's no TP on Tempest. They could go all in on this, Shrunken Head, and just go all in for the racks, but
he doesn't have buyback.
They're not going to do it.
They don't have 100% of that information that he doesn't have buyback, so maybe that's the one thing that's. Because at the same time, if he did have buyback, they try to push, and he just comes with a big kelp field, and before you know it, the game could be over.
They need to get of the map. They've got one here for Zink, but they need some for BMG. Again, going back to this wall place up there by support, completely useless. And after the top lane was pushed in, it just doesn't offer anything. And times like this, actually middle lane, Prisoner.
That's real Silhouette. Now it's not. It was, but now it's not. The real Silhouette's over here and actually going to get away. So Prisoner does survive in the end.
I know I might be sort of getting hanged up on one ward of sight, but in games like this, it's so tight. You need to have lane control. You need to have sort of a map control, and one ward can honestly be the difference between taking a team fight, getting a pick off, and then. He's got some wards picked up on him now. Hopefully, puts it in some kind of the middle area, because that's the vision where they need, particularly to help them take Congo when it is back up. But man, Zink, they're still going for it, and. It's close, man. So close.
Maybe he'll eventually do it. Another pause coming out here, unfortunately. But Puppet Master, he's sitting on 4,400 gold. He doesn't have any buybacks. The first thing I'm looking at is post-haste or even rebuy the Shrunken Head. It's down to 5 seconds.
Yeah,
I mean, one of the two, if anything. Honestly, I think he can do both. I'm pretty sure he can do both with the gold that he has. So.
Shrunken Head is more important than post-haste, I think, because he has that TP slot open for him. And Shrunken Head is so important. Like, you saw how quickly he was being bursted down when the Shrunken Head was off, so having that extra double amount of time or double duration is incredibly important here.
With that said, what do you think, though? He could do something like just buy a post-haste and then also go for another item, another damage item, something like, I don't know.
No, I think Shrunken Head is more important. And I'm really kind of split between him. I know it sounds strange, but if he dies, they're most likely going to lose the game. So, I mean, he could even go Behemoth side. It's kind of rare, but he does have the Shrunken Head and buy it again. Sure. And I think it's the best play to make. He could even sell the steam boots and go for post haste, but he doesn't need to do it just yet because obviously he's got a TP slot open.
What did he do? He did do something. Oh, he
yeah,
actually bought a full shrunken head. Okay,
yeah.
he
It was the right play to make. Yeah, definitely the right play to make. Because now it's double duration. Oh man, but if Puppet Master dies, they have a possibility to lose the game. So I think it sounds strange, but I think you should pick up a Behemoth's Heart.
Yeah.
And because
I don't think that's strange at all. I mean,
they've got the damage in that sense, but oh man, it's really, really hard to say, honestly, because if he goes Behemoth's Heart, then he doesn't have the greatest of damage, honestly, because he's kind of all of the damage here from BMG. Yeah, Prisoner has got some kind of damage, but it's kind of all in on this Puppet Master, and he needs to be the hard carry for the team, but if he doesn't go Behemoth's Heart, then he has a risk of dying, and if they die, then, I mean, that could be it for BMG, even though they've got 2 lanes of racks.
Yeah. Obviously, Magnus and Pestilence out of buybacks too, so...
Yeah, and at the same time, maybe you should sort of keep the slot open for the token, which is coming up in the next couple of minutes, most likely. I mean, Zinc, they can't give a token for Puppet Master. If they lose token, that's going to be game right there and then anyway. So, Puppet Master, you're playing so dangerously.
I don't know if I like this Prisoner though. He's going to go in. He's going to look to make something happen. Prisoner could be jumped. Oh my God! Prisoner just wasn't even there apparently. Does he have buyback?
They're getting
He does.
so aggressive. Like, they don't need to play aggressive. Like, they've got 2 lanes of racks. Yeah, Zingo doing a great job of actually sort of counter pushing it, but still they've got the Hellborn advantage and they've still got 2 lanes of racks advantage. Just wait for Congo to be up, push out top, get some more vision. Like, again, I saw I don't know if it's being dewarded or something, but Zinc always seem to have map control in terms of vision. Insane are playing incredibly well, and vision in the late stage of the game break is incredibly important. Like, you saw one pick off there from Super KG, and now Zinc are starting to push. They've got buyback on Super KG, and they need to use it right now.
Well, Pestilence leading the way here for Sync Esports, but as you said, the buyback, I mean, they could use it 25 seconds. It looks like he is actually going to wait it out here. They're not going to risk trying to go for a jump and not have it happen, and in the end, Sync does fall back anyway. So, you know, Sync, you think, I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, Sync at the same point, you know, they're not, as much as they arguably need to be the more aggressive team, at the same time, they're not going to really force the issue either. Because one false move, kind of like last fight, if it doesn't go as planned, then that would 100% be the game. So let's just be very careful. Here we go. The Magma's going to be caught. Protective Melody does come out initially. And it will actually decount award in the end. The charge is real, though. Parasite trying to go with the trigger head. So does Puppet Master. They're trying to find the real silhouette. They do find in the background. It's a battle of the right clicks. Now he has a similar range. He's going to use it. The tab is on him, and that was going to be full duration. No, it's finally canceled right there. Puppet Master is still alive. Barely. No, Puppet Master goes down. Silhouette does remain alive, and Sync Esports comes out on top. Did Sync just make the comeback some way, somehow? Prisoner, he's going to fall. It's going to be a near genocide here in favor of Sync Esports. A hat trick for Flensmeister on the silhouette.
Right,
again, there's no buybacks for Puppet Master.
What have they done? Prison's got a buyback, but they're going all in for the throne. They did not have to make that play, Breaky.
Well, here we go. There's the pull into the well. Magnus not in range of the well, though. He might actually survive as a result. Never mind. He will go down. Silhouette, though, they're trying to take out the tower at the shrine, so it's not going to be over just yet. BMG is going to hold off the eventual try to finish. Now, the bottom and middle lanes are heavy pushed in by BMG. So at the same time, Sync, actually, they might be in troubles themselves. Rhapsody and Tempest, they have a buyback. They're going to need to do it right here to protect their base.
They need post-haste.
If anything.
And try and get that Rax top lane.
No, you mean BMG? Yeah.
Yeah, so BMG post-haste and go Rax top lane. Like, if they get Rax there, Super Creeps, they can't lose. But, man, after losing Puppet Master, that was so close. I thought they lost the game right there. But no, Prisoner was enough to actually sort of defend it off. But, jeez, man. Again, like, I mean, they have to get Behemoth's Heart after. I mean, after that team fight, my mind's set. They need Behemoth's Heart on Puppet Master. Like, after that 10-minute ultimate, the lockdown's just too much and the damage is too much for Puppet Master to sustain. If he can't get the right clicks off, then because of the 10-minute ultimate, he needs the Behemoth's Heart. And I really hope he does get it. But, I mean, the Congo, if he gets Congo breaky, this could be the end of the game, honestly, because they've got another life. And
so many end-of-game possibilities.
This game has just been crazy. Jeez, man. It's just too much.
What a way to finish off the series after a long day here and, you know, finish off the series, the Cycle 4 here. I mean, this would be something, the mid-season point in a sense. BMG trying to, again, claim victory of Cycle 4. Be the first team but Sync to do so, but Sync trying to go for their 4th straight with that said. And we still don't know. I mean, I thought BMG was going to do it, but another double damage.
Times in the lane.
Over 1,000 damage crits. Yeah, that's going to be 100% token. That DD could be. I mean, even without the DD, they were killing it quickly, of course.
Yeah,
And
2
there we
lives
go.
on the master now. I just don't know how Zinc are going to cope. 40 seconds on 10% armor as well, Breaky.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if
that.
Zinc are going to be able to do this.
Hey, it's this game has had plenty of unsures, uncertainties, and definitely different than what we expected. So who knows? I still think we're just gonna have to let it play out.
Man.
As anything
Jeez.
can happen. Anything definitely can happen. So Sync Esports. I mean, the other thing to really keep in mind here. I mean, I know these are gamers, and I go back to that, but it's been a long day, especially for Sync too. I mean, they played the series before this, and had the delays themselves. But even BMG, both these teams, the European crowd, it's getting late over there. It's getting late over there in European land. So, early in the morning, technically on Monday morning, that is. So, yeah, it's something else to kind of keep in mind there that they could be wearing out in that sense too. But Puppet Master, wow, he's just really going into the front lines, man. He's going to try to CC Rhapsody, but just out of range. But again, with that token, he knows he can commit to being a little more risky here. He has 3,400 gold saved up. No buybacks. Again, though, it's a case of, I guess, being all the way up here and not worth doing anything else. Rhapsody in the front lines. There's the opening and the 3-shot. Down goes Rhapsody. She does have a buyback. Shrunken is activated, so that's going to be his nice hook on Super KG. On a silhouette in the background. Could that be the big difference maker? They're going to have to counter jump. In the meantime, Storm Spirit comes out. Prison Break is used as well. Protective Melody coming out. Silhouette, she's just trying to live this whole time. Can she some way, somehow get away? She's still alive. The tap is on the mid. From Slaps, it is going to be stopped. Down goes Silhouette. She has the one more buyback. She uses it right away. Puppet Master is still alive in the meantime. He gets a quad kill. He's going for the Annihilation. He gets the Annihilation. And Bad Monkey Gaming maybe just did it right there. Silhouette is still alive. With that said, she's coming back into the fight. She's trying to maybe pick anyone off. No, she's trying to run now. Big hook for Super KG once again. Down goes Silhouette, and another Annihilation call for Haxerid.
Oh my god.
And I think
game.
it's actually game now. And BMG has definitely broken the code here against Sync Esports. And they are going to take the cycle. They're going to be Cycle 4 champions. And they dethrone Sync Esports. And the streak of 3 in a row will remain at that. No team has won more than 3, and that stays the same. Congratulations, Bad Monkey Gaming, as the end is king.
Man.
And they're going to end the old-fashioned way.
Oh, Breaky. What a finish, man. Like, I was on the edge of my seat for that whole series,
Look
man.
at his lap, by the way. I mean, he's actually trying to counter push the whole time. Yeah, he was trying to counter push. That was a good attempt by Tempest, but it wasn't to be.
What a plan!
When it's all said and done, there you go. It is indeed a victory for BMG.
Oh,
So
man.
even to the very end, I mean, it technically wasn't over when we claimed BMG champions as Slapped was doing his best, but no. The damage was too much from Bad Monkey Gaming. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, BMG are officially your Cycle 4 champions here in Han Tour Season 3. Wow. I mean, for the day that we had especially, I must say I'm satisfied that at least we got a finish like that.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. It's just what a finish, what a game, and man, I was so sure Zinc were going to take that in the end,
Yeah.
but they didn't. Haxtrin pulled through, man. 24-9 on the Puppet Master. He really did end up carrying that game, and as he needed to be. But Zinc came second, man. Like,
Yeah.
was not expecting this this early on in the tournament, honestly. Whew.
Oh man, yeah, I still can't believe that they obviously took it in the end. And I'm actually trying to see here. Let's see. Hey, anyone on a team for int? Let me see if obviously we can get an interview here for good old Bad Monkey Gaming now, and see the reaction again. I know it's really late for them, technically early even Monday morning. That's how this was drawn out so much, but got to get some kind of reaction would be nice and see what they're thinking, how they're feeling here after claiming what is cycle number 4. So, I think it's safe to. It's. I'm sure there's fans on both sides of this. As usual, whenever you have a top team that's claiming the number 1 spot and been so for quite a while now, again taking the first 3 cycles here and doing it in pretty decisive fashion for the most part, not even dropping a series throughout all 3 up until cycle 4 here, and so there are the Sync Esports fans, but everyone else is basically and whoever else fan, in this case BMG. You could say. So, Bad Monkey Gaming. Again, okay, it looks like, okay. Actually, let's see. Hey, let me see if I can get him on here. And then we can go into that there. Interview.
Man, I'm watching the sort of finish on the stream as well,
Yeah,
and like,
kind of the replay.
yeah, like when Silhouette, Magnus, and I think Rapsy were actually going on to the shrine off the big team fight top, like it was a massive hook actually into the tower from Super KG onto Magnus. It was just, man, that whole game, man, was so close. Jeez, I think he had heart attack like all of those games.
Crazy, crazy stuff. And I am going to bring on our guest right here. Going to bring on the one and only Zibbe from BMG. Zibbe, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Holy crap, man! What a finish that was. Obviously a long day overall, but what a way to finish it. How you guys feeling?
We're cool. No, fuck, man. We're amazed. We're number one. What the fuck? We
Yeah,
won.
you-
Sync is down. No four-time champions. How does that feel? Stop sync. What you gonna do?
I love it. You know what? I love it. Keep that up, please. No, yeah, you know, Sync they were talking a lot. You know, we stressed that even going into yesterday's match even, that they don't feel not only they're not going to drop a series, but you guys in BMG, you're not practicing the most. They didn't really expect the best out of you against them. So how does it feel knowing that you're not only champions here, but especially defeating Sync Esports 2 times in a row?
Well, I think it comes down to being number one for too long. It's just not good for you. Because all the other teams are just going to look up to chasing you up there and getting that number one spot while you're just sitting there and you don't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
And now, finally, like, we got things clicking one cycle and they were not maybe performing their best this one cycle and we just took them down. I don't know.
What about
I just think we took them by surprise.
Yeah, definitely could say that as well, but I think it's safe to say, I mean, we could tell you your development as a team throughout these cycles here. It showed. It definitely showed, and not only today, but I mean yesterday and all throughout this one. So with that said, I mean, what about that final game, man? I mean, that finish. Were you guys pretty vocal in chat? I mean, did you guys think that you had it all the way to the end? I mean,
we were pretty tense there for a while. Like, we thought we had the game for so long, like from 15 minutes and on. We was like, oh, okay, this game, this is ours, it's ours. We're champions, right?
yeah.
And then it was me and Super KG getting picked off on top with the bound eye. And after that, it was just these small mistakes all along. And then that one fight on top where we got genocided.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. We were like, oh, fuck. Did we really just throw this away? Did we throw the championship away?
Nope.
But nah, man. Hux, 7-kill annihilation. What you gonna do?
That's right. Yeah, he finished it off strong, it's safe to say. So, I mean, even to the very end, though, so we didn't even notice, but Tempest Laps was actually trying to get the counter push on, but no, you guys had it, obviously, and eventually.
When they were dead, we had the game.
Yeah, that's pretty much secured it. So, you know, we've got to see some fun things from you guys. And we actually talked to Tankafet yesterday about this. I'm curious what you thought about it, too. How kind of in the moment, the final game against Sync yesterday, you actually ended up playing a Parasite just simply to counter Ophelia. With that was the whole purpose. You actually brought it up, apparently. I mean, was that fun for you? Is that an idea that you've kind of had for a while?
Well, no, I played a lot of Parasite in Team M when I actually played a lot of Fawn still, like a couple months ago. And I just found out that, okay, I play Parasite and I go Alcabones, and Ophelia can't do anything because he has killed his creeps.
Yeah.
And then you still get farmed. The Ophelia won't ever have creeps. You will have a Puzzle Box and Abyssal, and that's as a farmed Parasite, though. But now it was Suicide, and just my job was to shut down Ophelia and silence the target. And it worked just fine.
And it did.
He never had a creep.
Yeah, and you also got to play a little bit of carry once again. You know, both yesterday and today, playing the Silhouette. And is that just like you like playing Silhouette, or was there something else to that?
No, I just really like playing the Silhouette. I thought I could carry that game, and give me the Silhouette, I'll carry this game.
Speaking of that, were you guys worried that Flensmeister was going to do to you guys what he did to Don? I don't know if you watched that game, but the crazy split push and just really abusing the Silhouette factor.
We were aware that it could happen, but it's kind of hard to do sometimes. Like, when you're so far behind, you're not always in a position to just go into the base and push it because you're just going to get raised and lose it. But like I guess I was the first guy who played the new Silhouette a lot in TMM. I found out all these things. I know what Silhouette can do.
That showed.
Like, we all knew what Silhouette could do, but we weren't afraid at all.
That definitely showed. So, Minimaga, you got any questions here for Zibby?
Yeah, I mean, I was just going back to the Silhouette sort of split push. I mean, do you think that's a little bit too strong in terms of balance, or what's your opinion on that?
Well, just looking at Dota 2,
they
have Furion, right?
Yeah.
Nature's Prophet who can use portal lanes every 20 seconds. And like, because of heroes like that, they thought backdoor protection was pretty necessary because you could just port away and kill the throne, right?
Yeah.
And now when we have heroes like Silhouette, maybe we should consider adding it too. I don't know. It's just this thing. It's pretty weird when you're at that point late in the game and you can't win because the other team is Silhouette. They're just gonna push your base. It's not fun for the spectators or the players, I don't think. So, yeah, that's my take on that, I guess.
That's fair. What has it been like playing with these players here? Again, it sounds like, Jacob had even admitted, you guys aren't necessarily practicing the most behind the scenes, but you having a good time at least playing with these guys? I mean...
Yeah, they're a great bunch of people. Like, sometimes when we lose, we'll have a hard time in games. It gets a little tense, but as long as we're winning, we're all happy, and it's just fun times, really.
Yeah. That's good to hear. So, again, one more time, obviously, again, Cycle 4 champions. Sounds like it's feeling pretty good, as it should. And congratulations on not only the prize pool winnings, but, of course, getting that title there. And what do you think it's going to be like going into Cycle 5 now? You know, you've got the target on your back. Are you looking forward to that?
Ooh, well, they're going to be looking for blood.
Yeah.
No, it's just... I think Sync is going to come back and they're going to be hungry this time. And we're going to have to, like, defend ourselves. And I don't know if we're going to practice more in front of this. We didn't practice in front of this cycle either, even though we said, we're going to practice and beat Sync this time. But, like, we didn't practice. Maybe this time, maybe not. Like, we're busy people. I have exams coming up and that kind of stuff.
Understandable.
We'll
Are there any other teams that you're somewhat worried about, or you think it's just you guys in sync right now?
Well, maybe... Like I like both Nitrate and Dawn as teams. I don't think Tree are gonna become better than those teams. I really like the players on those. I guess Dawn have these hiccups. Yellow Rex are feeding on the suicide lane. Not good. But I like both lineups on the teams. I think they can do well.
Yeah.
And Cookies, man, he's back. Wow.
Cookies is back, man. That is
playing that Legionary carry.
I know.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's fun to watch those. So, all right, Zibbe, again, obviously it's a pleasure, man, and big congratulations. Any shout-outs you want to make here before we wrap this up?
Shout out to my team, of course. Tank and Fat Hacks, Super KG, but not support.
Not support.
Go. And shout out to my friends in my corridor watching me play. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support, everyone. That's about it.
There you go. All right, Zibbe, thanks again, man. Obviously, again, another big congratulations, and I look forward to seeing how things start off and eventually move on in cycle number 5.
Yeah, me too. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you. There we go. So, one and only Zibbe joining us there from BMG. And again, him and Super KG, you know, part of the crew before the other 3 joined. Of course, they were back on when Handskin, Seal Kid, and Jonas Fan were on the team. And, you know, Zibbe initially, you know, even replacing, of course, Fuzi in that place. So, you know, he's kind of been around the team a little bit longer than the others as far as the title of the team name and everything. But, you know, it really, I just so at the same time find it amusing that it's like it's somewhat laid back. At the same time, you can tell that they're competitors. But so when it comes to game time, I mean, they're ready to play and they're definitely going for it. But you know, as far as the preparation, I guess, and everything else, it's like they're busy people, as they put it. That's understandable. You know, it's hey, if they can make time to have jobs and be busy in the real world, but also, you know, be top team at HON, then so be it. That's good for them. So, but no, it's good to see, you know, a new top team actually making their way on top. And like I said before, no matter how that played out, especially with the way they're playing, I mean, you were going to have to say BMG was going to be a contender now of Sync Esports. But the fact that they won it just makes that even that much more real. That BMG is here, and Sync it's not so easy anymore to be on top as maybe it was before. So it is getting late. Obviously, we've had a long day here once again, so I want to start wrapping things up officially. Mini Maggots, any final words from you?
Just congratulations to BMG. They played amazing, honestly. But also, obviously, just a quick shout. Obviously, you can follow me on Twitter at mini_maggot, and I'm looking forward to Cycle 5, I guess. No?
Yeah. As always, there will be a weekend break here, guys. So next weekend, not going to be here, but the following weekend, we'll be back with Cycle number 5, and looking forward to that, of course. Check out the Esports Plinko, get that prize pool up there. Definitely fun to see how that progresses going into the cycles. And again, one more time, big congratulations to Bad Monkey Gaming taking the cycle over Sync Esports with their grand final victory as they win it 3-2 in the end with a hell of a finish. Shout out to all you guys tuning in. Definitely have some good numbers